Chapter 45 Home Sweet Home. As Graham drove on through the early dawn light, Bouncer finally roused. "Where are we, Graham?" "About 10 miles from the farm," replied Graham, barely able to contain his excitement. "No way!" "Are you sure?" asked Bouncer. "Yes, absolutely, Bouncer. Look out the window." True to his words, Graham was driving into town. All the familiar sights ran past as they drove up Main Street, past the garage where their lottery-winning upgrades had been fitted, past the supermarket where they had spent many an hour waiting with Farmer whilst his wife shopped. And then they were on the last leg home, the lane to the farm. Graham stopped for a second and took in the sight before them. The hills rose in the background, the tops of the farm buildings could just be seen. "Come on, Graham, let's get home," screamed Bouncer as he jumped from Graham and shifted into his four-wheeler form and tore off up the lane in a cloud of dust and chippings. Graham sat there a moment and thanked their lucky stars that they had made it back. Then, far slower than Bouncer, he made his way up the lane to the farm. A couple of minutes later, Graham had pulled up into the yard. Bouncer was already there, running around telling everyone and everything far faster than anyone could actually take it in. Through the mayhem Bouncer was creating, Farmer came through a gate to the farmhouse. The smile on his face was ear to ear. "Hello, boys, I can't believe you are back. It's fantastic to see you both." Graham and Bouncer rolled over to Farmer and said their first hello in a long time. "Hello, Farmer. How are you and Mrs. Farmer?" "We are and have been very well. It's been very quiet around here with you both off on your adventures. What have you been up to altogether?" asked Farmer. "Well," started Bouncer, "I'm not entirely sure where to start, to be honest. Mars, or Trigon as we now call it, was amazing. The Trigans are wonderful people." "Trigans? Who are the Trigans?" asked Farmer. "The people who live on Trigon," replied Graham. "Once we had made contact with them, we could not carry on calling their planet by the wrong name, really." "There is life on Mars, sorry, Trigon?" asked Farmer as he nearly collapsed to the floor. "Yes, Farmer, and they are really nice people too. They live underground in the lava tubes, which is probably why they have never been spotted." As Bouncer talked, a screen popped out and various pictures of Trigon, Gene, the main city tube, the various landers they had met on the trip, flowed right to left. "Lava tubes, hey?" said Farmer. "That's amazing." "It is, and very beautiful. Hang on. We found this out weeks if not months ago now. How come you don't know about it, Farmer?" "I don't know. Perhaps they are keeping the news under wraps," replied Farmer. Graham turned to Bouncer. "I think we should look into this later with Elon and try and find out what's going on." "Defo," replied Bouncer. "The reason we're back here today, Farmer, is we got into a bit of a jam in Kiruna, Sweden 2 days ago, and we really need to consolidate ourselves before we carry on down south." "Sweden?" said Farmer, once again with a face of complete and utter non-comprehension. "What on earth were you doing in Sweden?" "Ah, well, that is quite a long story, Farmer," said Graham. As Graham and Bouncer brought Farmer up to speed, Barnaby was making steady progress on his way to intercept them, the steady ping, ping, ping of the tracker lighting up as a small dot in the middle of the Lake District.